and I was drunk per usual. The moment that I said I do, I knew that I had made the biggest mistake of my life. Girl, we did not make it through the appointment. Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I'm Latrice, and I am on a mission to catch everybody up on the past, I guess, 4 years of my life. Back in 2020, I left America, moved to Southeast Asia and Colombia.
So now we're about to go to some random swimming place with these random ass Thai guys. It should be fun. Pray for us.
And in 2022, I came back to America, somehow met a man, got pregnant, bought a house, got married, and now we're here. So welcome. Let's get right into it. I got married when I was 21 years old. I met my ex in the Navy. I was turning 19 and he was 18 years old. And he had a crush on me because he was seeing me around the mess decks because I was cranking. If you don't know what cranking is, God bless you, because that's a good thing not to know. Cranking is a dreadful time in the Navy where you kind of like give back. Not everyone does it, but the majority of people do it. And I was in the main mess decks cranking, and I was tired. I was ugly. Moving forward. So we went in the Navy really, really young, which means that came with a lot of problems that probably could have been avoided had we had like the maturity and age and experience in life. Before I continue this, I just want to say that my experiences are my experiences. This is my story. This is my perception on what happened. There's always 3 sides to a story. That's my side, their side, and then the truth. So this is my side. When I first met him, he was super charming, but not charming like in a player way charming. He was charming because he was just like so country and so innocent and just so pure. He introduced himself. He was like, I think you're really beautiful and I would like to take you out. And I was like, that is real cute. That's real cute, especially considering what I was getting from the other guys on the ship. And
Ew, don't.
If you are in the military, you know that once you're the new girl at the command, anybody's trying to get with you. It's like a race on who can get you first, I think. So I already told myself, I was like, I'm not dating on the ship for one. My stepdad and I were on the same ship.
That shit crazy.
2, I was a player still because I was young, fine, childless. I was out here doing me, and I didn't feel like I should dabble with like work and then pleasure. I'm like, that could get real messy real quick. And I did that before when I was like 18. I was like, I ain't doing that no more. But then I met him, and he kind of swept me off my feet. My sister told me that my ex-husband was the man that changed me. And when she said that, she meant that before I got with him, like I said, I was a player. I didn't really care about anyone's thoughts, feelings. Like, it was all about Latrice, what Latrice wanted, how Latrice wanted, when Latrice wanted it. And then when I met him, I finally loved someone outside of myself. But that's when things got a little hectic, because I loved him more than I loved myself. I was so in love with him, and I was so in love with the way that he made me feel in the relationship, or I thought that he made me feel in the relationship, that I didn't even consider myself. I didn't consider my feelings. I didn't consider my morals. I didn't consider my values. I did whatever and anything and everything necessary to stay within that relationship, knowing that it should have only stayed a fling. When we first really got up, it was the 4th of July weekend, and I was drunk per usual. Every weekend, lit, turned up. I was like 18, 19 years old. Yeah, I'm lit. And my girls was like, what is he doing? Hit him up. And I'm like, no. And they was like, hit him up. So I hit him up, and he was literally like down the street at his friend's house. He came over, and from that day, we never left each other's side. So what went wrong in the marriage? Anyone who's been married and been divorced can contest when I say that it's never just one thing that happened that went wrong. It was a multiple of things. I was a very tit for tat person, because if he did something to me that was like disrespectful or I didn't like, I'm like, all right, bet I can show you how to really get it done. And then I will go and I would do something really disrespectful to him, and we would just go back and forth of who can hurt who. And then we knew that we won't go nowhere. So I can handle a lot. You know, before I officially just cut somebody off and just cut them out of my life. I can endure a lot. I can give a lot of chances. But what I can't give chances to is like when you make me feel like you're choosing other people over me. When you make me feel unwanted, that's when I get a little crazy. And that's when I'm like, all right, something gotta shake because I can't deal with this feeling. We had great sexual chemistry, but like outside of that,
child. Anyway, so
I mean, we could kiki here and there, but I be kikiing with everybody. So outside of the sexual energy, like we weren't a good match. It wasn't really working. Like I said, we were constantly like arguing. We was constantly fighting. Before we deployed, he told me that if we made it through deployment, that he was gonna marry me. So marriage was not on my mind. I was just trying to like make it through the week without arguing. Honestly, that's what I was just trying to do. So we was on deployment, and I guess he got tired of us fighting, and he literally broke up with me. I know, right? He literally broke up with me. I was like, what do you mean? It was truly embarrassing. But what was even more embarrassing was the next day. The very next day, we hit port, and he was holding hands with another girl. To this day, I never can really remember the name of that port because I was so traumatized seeing that. I was like, I know this man ain't doing this. And then like, it's a little island, so it's big enough to, these Negroes is walking around where I can see them. And I'm just like, bit. And you would think that would have been my like, yeah, girl, get up out of here. No, I took him back. And that was my ego. That was my ego, and that was my pride, because I had to prove to everybody that like this was my man. Like, oh, you thought that he left me for another girl? No. Where he at right now? Which leads me to me getting married to this man. Girl, we did not make it through deployment because we broke up. So technically we never should have gotten married, and I should have remembered that. But my ego and my pride was like, no, let these niggas know that that's your man. The moment that I said I do, I swear to God, I knew that I had made the biggest mistake of my life. I just knew it. I knew it. Like my stomach sank. I was like, dang, girl, you took this a little too far. So I say all that to say, as women, sometimes we can allow our pride, our childhood traumas to dictate our actions. We allow our emotions to dictate how we move. And that can be very detrimental. You know how many years it took for me to heal from my divorce? Quickly. Honestly, that's all because I was not choosing myself. I didn't know myself. I didn't know him. I don't know how many more of the reasons that I need, but this is my advice to the ladies in their young 20s who are searching for love, who wants marriage, who want to have children, who want all that in your early 20s. Girl, get your passport and book you a flight. Your type is probably not even your type because you haven't seen all the other men in the world. Go indulge into new cultures, learn a new language, stay a summer or two in a new country, dance in the street and eat all the foods and stay up to 5 a.m. and meditate and do what you want to do. Your 20s is your selfish years, and you should do exactly what you want, when you want, how you want. You have not and you will not miss your window to get married, to have children. What's for you is for you, and your timing is your timing. However, you need to know yourself, pour into yourself before you decide to get married to someone else. I hope I didn't scare you, babes, but I had to give it to you real. So if you want to know the steps that I took to get up out of that marriage, let me know. The healing process after a divorce honestly feels like you're mourning a death, and you are mourning a death. The death of what your life is going to be. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. You can save another sis. Send this to your sis, send this to your cousin, send it to whoever you know is going through a divorce or is wanting to divorce. So I will see you next time in another video, catching up on my life. I love ya.